Cancer, a super quick 5-card reading that my friend Alicia made up. So where you're at the moment, 9 of Wands, feeling a bit defensive, feeling like you've been hurt, so you need to get your defences up. What are your current expectations, Cancer? And black feather people, because I found a black feather on the way down. 5 of Cups, you're feeling a bit disappointed. You don't feel that you're going to get what you want. You're focusing on what is negative because of this need to be defensive. What's the unexpected that comes into this situation? We've got the Strength card, your strength, I hope, and the 7 of Swords. Strength in the face of something a little bit sneaky. Interesting. Not giving your power away, because we've got the female magician. When something is trying to steal your power, or maybe your inner impulses are to give your power away somehow. What's the advice card for Cancer? 2. We've got the 3 of Wands, look further afield, and the Page of Wands. Both of these cards show a sense of exploration and looking away and looking beyond, as if to say you need to broaden your horizons out of this situation and where it's all going. Ten of Wands. I was going to say to you that I just did Gemini's, and theirs was kind of quite a heavy energy, but one that gave way to something really beautiful. But it was a similar feeling, although of sort of struggle giving way to more struggle. But it's okay. We're going to build on it. So Ten of Wands is feeling a bit obsessed. Feeling that things are kind of a bit workaholic, or that you can't see the wood for the trees somehow. So you need to listen to those advice cards and see further beyond. But let's build on this. So 9 of Wands, why the defensiveness? King of Pentacles. Maybe around work, or how someone looks after you, or how you look after a family. Current expectations, Page of Swords, to go with your 5 of Cups. It's sort of saying there's a sense that you need to, maybe you need to change your perspective somewhat. You need to sort of turn around and make some strategies that are a bit more positive. The unexpected, so you've now got the Strength card, which is the female magician, and the magician, who in this card is represented as a female figure. So the unexpected is that despite this sense that something is trying to steal your power, or someone, or there's a loss of power, you've got these 2 very strong energies that can look after yourself, which is great. And in the advice, the Chariot, all this movement towards something more expansive. So we've got the Chariot, the 3 of Wands, and the Page of Wands that's kind of interested in everything. You're being told to broaden your horizons, split your laser beam a bit, and look for something new, further afield, maybe even abroad. And then where it's going, 10 of Wands, which is kind of heavy and difficult energy, but with the 4 of Wands, you're going to be able to make a good structure out of this. Maybe the 10 of Wands being the minor to the Devil just says you get very excited because your advice is to go with your instincts and your excitements of the Page of Wands, this kind of young energy. So maybe there's a marriage with that. Oh, why have I pulled more cards? They're not going to go down because I didn't mean to, because we got to the end. But it's sort of showing a change between feeling a bit left out in the cold with the 5 of Pentacles to being reignited with love. So the King of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands, let's have a look at that, where you are at. 4 of Swords, so after your defensiveness there's a sense of trying to look after yourself and take a rest with where you're at the moment. Your expectations, the 8 of Wands, wanting to communicate a new strategy despite some disappointment, knowing you need to turn around and look at what's all right. The unexpected with these 2 magicians and the 7 of Swords. Now we've got the 9 of Swords. So you're needing to use your sort of will in the face of... I mean, this 9 of Swords here looks like the 10 of Swords in most Rider-Waite decks. So it looks like it's sort of the end of something, but the Nine of Swords is when we over worry about stuff. So you're needing to use your inner magician when you start to get obsessive and worried and negative. You need to unbind yourself. That's the unexpected, and that you can do it. And the advice, King of Swords, be logical in the face of this negativity. Look further. Don't get stuck. Use that magician. Maybe your inner magicians are feeling, your strength and your inner magician are feeling bound up, as if your creativity and your will can't come to bear at the moment because you're being negative. And this card, is this King of Swords, is saying, be more logical than that. Look further afield. And where it's going, we're now really turning somewhere lovely. So though it might feel quite a lot where it's going, it might feel quite obsessive. However, we've got an Ace of Pentacles and a Four of Wands. There's something new to be built, which is really beautiful. I've got those cards already. I think what we're going to do now is, I think that's starting to tell quite a clear story to me. So there's a new start with passion. If you can gain control of your more negative thought processes and open your mind up a bit. Because we can see you now as the King of Pentacles, the King of Cups. You're a loving, kind person, resting from feeling they need to be a bit defensive. Your expectations. And the Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords. Two lots of pages of swords. In this expectations, you know that you've got to make some plans to change things up and communicate those, and you've got to get out of this disappointment, whatever it is. And the unexpected with the Magician and the Strength, with the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Oh, that stood up in a really interesting way. The Queen of Wands. You're going to be able to be unconventional and full of fire and will to beat these things. But you're going to have to be on the lookout for negativity whenever you start to try and use your will. That's the unexpected. But now we've got the Queen of Coins as your advice, to go with the King of Swords, the Chariot, the Three of Wands, and the Page of Wands. It's saying, start thinking about your value and be logical about that, and set your sights further and in a more expansive way. And then now we're getting to, you're going to have a bit of an epiphany. There's going to be something new to plant, new passion, new projects that you can go into partnership with, maybe a new person. But there will be an epiphany. So it's a really interesting journey. Let's pull you one animal card. Animal Apocryphy. Victory. How lovely. There is going to be victory. You're going to win out over your more negative impulses, I think, which is great, or your worried defensive impulses. So 40. The Falcon. Falcon heralds victory. On the horizon, she dares to accept all challenges. Now you must focus like Falcon on the end goal and discipline yourself to actualize your inner vision. There's no time for mindless activities. Focus like a laser on what needs to be done and do it. Something special is waiting to be developed, and it needs your steadfast commitment. What you most desire may take months or years, but do not rush for completion. Timing will play in your favor if you endure the long journey. That's interesting, because you've got that pentacle to plant, so it's a sense of needing to tend to it. Falcon's medicine shares that the key to the victory is discipline. Do not lean on motivation to carry you through. That's interesting. Because the unexpected is that when you just think about your magician, you can start to get, when you're wanting to put your will into play, your Queen of Wands, your Strength, which is the sort of female magician, and the Magician, there's a sense that you can get kind of tripped up by negativity, but this is saying don't just rely on your will. You need to think about discipline. Because on your journey, motivation will often vanish for a time, and you must discipline yourself to push through no matter what. Even when these negative thoughts come, you need to discipline yourself with actions to go towards your goal. What you desire is attainable, and what you long to do in this life is yours, but you must work for it. Falcon's medicine suggests you create a commitment of just 20 minutes a day working towards your goal. Now more than ever is the time you must take steadfast action and have unwavering faith that you will succeed. Do not give up, keep going. Something beyond your wildest dreams awaits you to capture it. Falcon's medicine is an honour to have chosen in your spread today. It brings the medicine of victory, but remember it comes to you through your discipline. So when you feel like, yeah, but I can make this happen, oh no, it's not I'm worried and I feel negative or whatever it is, I'm giving my power away. My instincts are to give my power away or whatever. It's putting in place some really clear, incisive steps that will keep you motivated. Not motivated, just keep you going in the right direction even when your motivation is failing somewhat. I hope that makes sense. See you again.